happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have, well, right now, 3 special guests who are so cute because they match. They're so tired of me saying that. They even have match. Stand up so they can see you. They have matching shorts and everything. Isn't it so cute? Okay, you can sit back down now. I just wanted everybody to see how cute guys are. Welcome. We're going to be talking about Southern Ohio Souls. You guys were here last year.
We were.
And we're going to find out all about that. Pull that mic up to you a little bit. It's okay. I'll forgive you.
Thank you.
Yes. Can you tell everybody who you are?
My name is Isaac Slurk.
My name is Max Gentry.
I'm Dane Neff.
All right, and you all started the Southern Ohio Souls, several years ago now, probably?
July 26th, 2023.
Okay, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we have a message to play, and then we're going to come back and find out all about it and how you can help these guys out with their amazing endeavor.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our friends from Southern Ohio Souls, and we're going to find out what these guys have been up to. Let's see, you were here about a year ago, right? Was it a year ago?
Probably about 6 months ago.
6 months ago, okay. That's right, yeah. So what have you been up to? You all are in college now.
We just finished our freshman year of college.
Yeah.
And somebody has a porcupine in his throat, so we're going to forgive him for that. We won't make you talk too much.
All right.
So how'd your freshman years go?
It went good. A lot of new experiences, a lot of new people that I'm grateful I had and grateful that I met.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to getting back.
Yeah. So is it weird coming back to the small town of Jackson after being in school?
It's certainly different, but I think it makes you appreciate all the little things so much more, being back after being gone for 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like you're more familiar with everything. Like up there, everything's like a stranger to you. Like everything's different.
Yeah. And see, you guys are in Columbus, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you are at...
New Haven in Yale.
In Yale, mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so, what did you miss most about home while you were gone?
I've got to say the food.
Yeah?
Yeah. In Columbus, you've got everything you can think of, but nothing beats the hometown restaurants.
Okay. Very good.
I would say just my family.
Well,
yeah?
That too.
Oh, you really screwed that one up, didn't you?
I'll say my family and my friends, and then the community and just driving on back roads and not being on interstates and city streets and everything just being a bit quieter here.
You know, that there is something to that where you can get in your car and actually drive somewhere and not get stuck in traffic and like fear for your life every time you get behind the wheel. Because, oh my gosh, Columbus is a nightmare right now. But that's a whole other story. So tell us a little bit, in case people missed out on your first interview or in your interview about 6 months ago, tell us a little bit about Southern Ohio Souls.
So as I said earlier, we were founded in 2023, and our first year we worked in Jackson, Wellston, Oak Hill, and Hope Haven. We donated about 110 pairs of shoes. This year we expanded to Vinton County, so we're working in 17 buildings total, and I think we're on pace for 235, 45, something like that.
Yeah.
We just dropped off 30 pairs on Friday. Have a couple more to drop off this afternoon. And how our process works is if a teacher, guidance counselor, principal, whoever sees a student in need of a pair of shoes, they reach out to us via Google form. Isaac sources good name brand shoes, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, for relatively cheap. We ship those to our student representative's house. They then deliver those to the schools and get the shoes on the students' feet.
So you didn't create this just out of the, just because you wanted to. Like, obviously there's a need, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I guess how did you notice that there was a need?
Well, I mean, growing up, you see differences in the classroom, differences amongst students, and they're not always, and it seems like they go unnoticed, even though everybody knows they don't. But there's not anything to address those needs. Like there's stuff in place that's supposed to make everybody equal in school, but it doesn't always get to every kid. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to be able to take our knowledge and our resources and be able to help those kids that might fly under the radar, but they still have the potential of being a successful student and being able to excel in their academic journey. You know,
and I think a lot of us take for granted the everyday things, and just not having a pair of shoes, like that's a thing is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of us, we have a few different options every morning. We don't think twice. We're probably in a rush and just put on whatever's closest to the door. But for some students, it can be that they're holy and it's raining and their socks are going to get soaked today. All kinds of problems can arise from not having a good pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And then you guys just do my heart so good. I just think you are so sweet. And because this is obviously kind of a brainchild of all of you, but you've continued it on and grown it, and I think that's so wonderful. So you were telling us that you just kind of get a kick out of finding deals on shoes and all that. Like, how do you do it? Because, let's just be honest, tennis shoes and stuff are not cheap.
No, they aren't. I sold shoes throughout high school. I would flip them, as I mentioned, in the fall, but I would buy shoes for a discount. These would be like high-end, like Jordans, your high-end Adidas. And then I'd flip them online. But during that, I learned that there's like so many shoes out there for cheap. Like they're good shoes, but it's hard for some stores to move them just because they get so much stock.
Okay.
And they have to discount them down. So you can find like your really nice Adidas and Nike shoes, like your Air Maxes, your like those, they're like Boost or like those running shoes for like $25 to $30. But a lot of people just don't see it. They don't know the websites to get them on.
Yeah, well, I don't. We need to talk after the show.
Might have to share it. But yeah, it's really simple once you have the process down. So, I mean, it takes us, maybe if we get like a 30-pair order, it might take me like an hour to get everything ordered and sourced. Sometimes I have to go shoe department or like Hibbett's and find something, but most of the time I can get them all online.
That is so cool. The power of the internet.
Yeah.
Using it for good.
Yeah.
So how does it work? Like, I know you kind of touched on it, this Google form and all that, but where do people go and how do you decide who gets what and all of the details of that?
So we leave that up to the guidance counselors, how they want to do it in their building. Some guidance counselors release the Google form to all teachers. Some like to keep it private to themselves for their record-keeping purposes. And it's up to them how they want to decide who gets the shoes. But anytime they reach out, we're there and we're able to provide shoes for their students.
Yeah. And also, we've never like rejected a request.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes we'll get like very specific requests, and we're not always able to get that purple shoe or that
I want
blue
purple
shoe
with unicorns and sparkles.
Yeah.
Find that.
But typically we try and check one box. So like if they want a glittery purple shoe, we might not be able to get it in glitter, but we'll get them the purple shoe. We'll get something that they like and that's unique to their personality.
You guys are just so cool. I just think this is amazing what you're doing. So, and you're growing, right?
We
Like
are.
you've gotten bigger, and you're expanding into different communities now. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll let Dane talk about that.
Yeah. So this is the first time we've publicly said this, but
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
next year for the 25 to 26 year, we do plan on expanding to Pike County. So Western, Beaver Eastern, Waverly, and Piketon. We're in talks with their superintendents right now. We had a meeting with one last week. We have a meeting with a few more this week. And yeah, we're excited to have student representatives in Pike County. We're excited to be serving 3 counties and expand our impact next year.
Yeah.
And all of this while you're away at college.
Yeah.
That's where our student representatives come in very clutch. They're wonderful.
Sure, absolutely. Do you personally select a representative, or how does that work?
You want to talk about that, Max?
Yeah. So, we just introduced an application. So, it's for upcoming juniors, because if you're a junior representative, you're gonna be a senior representative. It rolls over. So upcoming sophomores just fill out our application, or upcoming juniors. They fill out our application, and then we just go through the applications and choose whichever representative we think will be best suited for our program.
Okay. And how do they find out where to apply?
Well, we send out the applications to counselors and principals,
okay.
so they just
Through the school
distribute-
then?
Yeah.
Yeah. But for our Pike County expansion, we'll probably have the guidance counselors or like principals or teachers select a senior and a junior. That's what we did in Vinton County this year,
Okay.
and it seemed to work out pretty well. And I think then after this year, we'll get the application process rolling, make it like easier for them.
Okay. That sounds good. Love that. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Like, I mean, obviously this isn't free.
No.
And shoes are expensive, even though you're a super sleuth and find them at pretty good prices. So what do y'all need? How do you raise money? I mean, how are you paying for all of this?
So although Isaac does do a great job at sourcing really cheap shoes, they do still cost money. And we're funded entirely through grants and private donations. We've built a strong relationship with Foundation for Appalachia, Ohio. They've been a steadfast supporter of us. And then right now is kind of our fundraising season. We were out in Wellston Thursday, Friday. Weather permitting, we'll be out in Jackson and Oak Hill this week, and then Pike County in the coming weeks. Just talking to business owners, telling them what we do, explaining to them how they can help, be a sponsor. And then in addition to that, we have a golf scramble coming up on May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. It's a 2 o'clock start.
Fun.
Yep, and then that should be a good way to get some people out there and have fun and raise a little bit of money for some shoes.
Well, tell us about the golf scramble where, and give us the deets, man.
So it's at Franklin Valley. Like I said, 2 o'clock start, 1:30 registration time. We're gonna have skirts and mulligans and probably a split the pot on hole 12 closest to the pin. And we're also gonna have hot dogs and burgers, some type of food, grilled food, and drinks and snacks.
Yeah.
Awesome. And how do you sign up for that?
It's on our social media, the flyer, or you can come day of.
Yeah. Just show up, register, get your team going, and have a good time.
Is it 4 people on a team?
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct.
Okay. That's about all about golf I know. Okay, so that is a good fundraiser. And then what would you say to people out there if maybe there's somebody watching is like, I love these kids and I want them to, sorry, your kids. I want to help, with what they're doing. How would somebody do that?
I'll talk a little bit about that. So we have on our social media, you can find our website. If you don't want to go to our social media, it's www.southernohiosouls.com.
That's Souls, SOLES.
SOLES. And don't forget the www. Because sometimes it doesn't work if you don't have that in there. through there, you can find our GoFundMe if you'd like to make a monetary donation. If you have brand new pairs of shoes that you just don't need for some reason and you'd like to donate those, get a hold of us. You can message us on social media, our phone number, whatever you want to do. And we take brand new donations. We've had a few people donate, and those shoes go to students almost immediately when we get those out.
Oh, I never even thought about that because, you know, we all get ambitious sometimes and buy stuff we don't need.
Yeah.
Or it's, you know, you ordered the wrong size or something. And, you know, that's tough with shoes. Like Nikes are like size down, right? Like they're always a half size off.
It's
So how do you know like what to get the kids? Do you just know?
Yeah, some of them are universal. Like Puma, for example, their kid sizes are universal. So like Nike, Adidas, and Puma all have the same kid sizing. But then once it gets to adults, it's really weird. Like they recommend you size down from your normal size in Puma. And then Adidas, I think it's a half size down. It's weird.
It's like, why can't they just make
like a universal
Yeah.
size? But typically, we stick to what they request, and usually that works. If not, then we'll just have them like find a different kid to give those shoes to, and we'll get them the correct size that they need. But we don't really have much issues with that. I mean, we have, but I'd say maybe 5 or 6 times, something very minimal.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's I guess unless you know the shoe, sometimes it does get weird. Because like I always wear an 8.5, but in Nike, what do you size up, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because I get 9s.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I agree. Like just make everything the same size.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the weirdest request you guys have gotten?
We got a request for Cinderella shoes. I think it was last year, and Isaac, in his infinite wisdom, was able to fulfill the order at a great price and get Cinderella shoes.
Like, is it shoes with Cinderella on them or like the glass slipper?
not the glass slipper.
Like, if you can find glass slippers, I'd be impressed.
But they're, I think we got a request for a Pokemon shoe earlier this year, and I was able to find one of those. But typically, whenever we get one of those like really niche requests, like they really like Pokemon or whether like a cartoon of some sort, we really try and fulfill that, just because like they must like it a lot to want it on their shoes.
It's obviously very important to that kid.
Yeah, so we try our best to get it to them. I mean, most of the time we're able to find something similar, and I'm sure they enjoy it.
That's awesome. That has to just be so rewarding too.
It is. It feels good.
Yeah. So where do you store all this stuff?
So we don't keep much of an inventory. We ship. It's on a need basis for the most part. However, if somebody donates shoes and we can't get them on students' feet, they either sit at the bottom of my bed or in Isaac's basement.
Yeah. But we keep a list of everything. I think we have like 7 pairs of shoes right now.
That's right. Yeah.
And we keep track of those, and if somebody needs them, we get those out to them. But most of the time, we don't have shoes sitting. Usually, whenever a shoe's requested, we send it to our student representative's house, and they take that shoe as soon as it's delivered and take it to the school in their district that needs it. So, like, typically, there's never a shoe that sits for more than like 2 to 3 days at a time.
Okay, so you're not like, you don't have some big warehouse somewhere.
No.
You're paying for space or whatever. Okay. Well, that makes total sense because it's like they ask, you do it.
Exactly, yeah. And we're able to get the shoes normally on the students' feet within 7 days. It doesn't take that long to ship normally. Isaac's been able to find a good couple companies that are have distribution plants relatively close to us. So they get to the student rep's house, and then 2 days they're at the students' feet.
I think this is just so cool. I'm so proud of what y'all are doing, and I know you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
throughout your life and with this. Do you think you'll do this forever, or is this will you pass the torch to somebody else maybe, or what do you think?
I think that's the plan. I mean, eventually, as we keep expanding to multiple different counties, we're going to need a bigger team. But I don't think any of us ever plan on stepping down. I think we all plan to keep it going for a long time.
And we've always talked, our end goal is to be in all 32 Appalachian, Ohio counties, serving their students.
That is just it's just remarkable what you're doing, and want to thank you for it, because there are a lot of kids out there, and I think you kind of hit it where it's like, I don't know, if you grew up not having to worry about wearing shoes, I don't know, some people don't want to talk about the fact that there's people out there that have to worry about that.
Yeah, just flies under the radar, and someone's got to pick it up.
Yeah, well, good for you. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
So, any fun summer plans? I asked them if they were going to have R&R, and they didn't know what that means. I was like, obviously you don't do R&R because you don't know what that means. See, Michelle knows what that means. No, so nothing fun. You're going to lifeguard, right? Yeah. I did that. That's a great job. Get a tan. Yeah.
I mean, me and him have some music concerts and festivals planned to go to. I say Dane's going to tag along too, but that's about the only fun stuff I can think of.
Awesome. What concerts are you going to go to? I'm just being nosy.
Me and Isaac are going to go to a Willie Nelson concert.
That'll be fun.
So, yeah.
I thought you got me tickets for that.
Yeah, Dane is going as well. I forgot.
And then a band called Camp. I don't know. They're kind of smaller, but
I know who Camp is.
yeah.
I'm not that old.
They're playing in Cleveland, so we're going to go catch them.
Sweet. I like them. If you haven't checked them out, they're pretty cool.
They are.
That'd be 2 A's.
Yep, 2 A's.
Yeah. So their music's super cool. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers? You do have the social media or the website that people can contact you if they want to donate. Oh, and
Sweet.
Liv says it's in the comments, so you can find that as well. Very good. Anything else?
If you need to get a hold of us, our social medias are under Southern High Souls. And if you can't find the website, just Google us, and I'm pretty sure it's the first thing that comes up. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Get out to work. Get to fundraising.
Thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
Of course,
Always a
anytime. All right. Well, we do have some other special guests here waiting in the wings, and so we're going to do a little switcheroo, and we'll be back right after this.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, The Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back with some friends, and this is Mr. Jax, right?
Yes.
And you have done something incredible, but we're going to talk about that and congratulate you because it's really, really neat. But first off, tell everybody who you are.
So I am Michelle Lanning. I am the principal of Wellston Intermediate, so I'm Jax's principal.
Heather Callahan, art educator for elementary in Wellston City Schools.
I'm Jax Shepherd.
What grade are you in?
I'm fifth.
In 5th grade, and you go to Wellston Intermediate.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And you have done something really, really cool. And so I guess whoever wants to take the question, but tell us about this poster contest. I mean, kind of start from the beginning.
Annually, there's a poster contest that's available to all 50 states, and it's the National Save Our Missing Children campaign. And Jax has competed, it's available to all 5th grade students with the opportunity to win a state level award.
Okay.
And Jax was able to win first place in Ohio. So then his poster went into the national campaign and was selected in Washington, D.C. to be the national winner and will be used for all publications for the...
Yeah.
Yes, it's incredible.
We're pretty proud of him. I will have to say, she even said before she showed me his poster, she said, pack your bags, we're going to D.C. Well, she called it.
That is incredible. So walk us through it, Jax. Like, tell us, how did you come up with that? What was your vision for the poster?
Well, the black silhouettes represent that they're sad, and in the picture frames behind the parents, the boy is a silhouette with a question mark, meaning he's missing. And on the other side of the page, there's like a big crack in the wall, meaning that he's just like somewhere else in the world, and he's in a dark corner. Again, the silhouette with a question mark, meaning he's missing and sad.
That is unbelievably amazing, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
So, was this your first vision? Like, how did this come to be?
Well, I asked a couple people that have children how they would feel if their child went missing, mainly my mom, and I took their thoughts and I made it into my drawing.
That is so cool. So, are you really into art? Is it your thing?
Yeah.
Is he super talented?
Incredibly talented. It is his passion.
I love that. So you enter this into the state contest, and you won that. What did that feel like?
Great. I was in the office and I called my mom and she was so happy. She was like crying on the phone.
Aww.
And when they told us that I won national, we were in like a conference call.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she first found out and she was screaming.
That she has to be so proud of you. I think the whole world is, our whole community is so proud of you. I mean, to think from Wellston, Ohio to a national poster. So what do they use these posters for? Like awareness, or how does that?
It will be used in all national publications for the Missing Children's Organization. It'll be at billboards around the United States. It'll be ribbons. It'll be on all their media publications as far as paper print. We did learn that there'll be buttons made that they'll wear within the office. And when we travel to DC next week, he'll receive a framed copy of his poster with lots of certificates, awards, and trophies.
So when you go to DC, what will you get to do?
I don't know much about it yet.
Do you get to go to the White House? That'd be cool.
We get to go in front of the White House if we choose.
I think my mom actually tried to get it signed up where we could get it like a tour inside of it.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
That would be
know.
fun. Don't jump the fence. Bad things happen to people that jump the fence. Have you ever been to DC before?
No. I'm planning to go on the Washington Monument.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be cool.
There's a lot of neat stuff to see there. So you guys, it's kind of like an award ceremony, but a little vacation too on top of it. So
he will fly for the first time next week. He's very excited.
Well, I did when I was a baby. I just can't remember.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you guys will have fun. So, did you win anything for this, or just the recognition of it?
I don't even really know.
On Tuesday, we go to the Attorney General in Ohio, and he'll meet David Yost. And there's a ceremony in his honor that we'll have a luncheon with them, and he'll receive his awards there. So
We actually had second place too. We have first and second.
Wait,
in the state.
what?
Yeah.
we did.
How does that happen?
We have incredibly talented kids in Wellston, Ohio.
I guess so.
Yes.
That is so cool. So besides art, what do you like to do?
Sports.
Yeah, what's your favorite?
Basketball and football.
Yeah. Do you play like those are for fun or are you on a team?
Yeah,
You are.
just the school's team.
The school team? Very cool. So he's an all-around good kid.
He is.
Very bright as well.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Science. I like science.
I liked science too. I always thought it was fun. I actually liked math too, which is really weird. But yeah, I get you. So do you think that you'll keep doing art and enter more contests and things over the years?
I hope so.
I hope so too. I think that you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
So what do you all think? I mean, you have to just be bursting.
I'm pretty proud of him. I mean, we told him, he said he's putting Wellston, Ohio on the map, man. I mean, we're going to DC because of him. I get to go, she gets to go. So we get to miss school.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, and it was funny whenever they called the conference call. I'll let you kind of talk about that if you want.
When we were talking with DC, they never really announced that he won the poster contest. We kind of had to read between the lines, and when we figured out that it was the national winner, we had a lot of excitement, didn't we, Jax?
Yeah.
Yes.
And his mom wasn't even going to make him come that morning because we were in the middle of testing, so we had hybrid days versus kids being there testing. So he wasn't even at school that day, but mom had to come.
I wasn't feeling good either.
Oh no.
So we had to they're just talking he automatically knew that he had won, and so she's like, he won the nation. And mom was like, what? I mean, I think Jax was a little shocked and kind of overwhelmed because I think he was trying to take it all in. But we're really proud of him. I know his teachers are super proud of him too because they do know that he has such a talent. So he could go wherever he wants. He's got big future ahead of him.
I'll bet. That is so good. Good for you.
Thank you.
I feel like there's not an artistic bone in this body. I don't have it. So I'm very envious of you because I wish I had that talent. I don't.
Me either.
It's so funny. I see people that how do you get it from here to your hand to make it? I get an idea here and it's doesn't translate to your hand. How does that work?
I don't know. I get it all from my mom.
Do you?
She's an artist.
Is she?
Yeah. If you went to my house, she paints wall murals in her house. She has a big sunflower picture, and in our bathroom, she painted trees with cardinals, and it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I want to come to your house. Sounds like a happy place to be. Do you paint your own walls and get in trouble?
No.
Okay, probably not a good idea, huh? That's kind of like jumping the fence at the White House. Don't do that either. So, So you said that you wanted to go to the Washington Monument. Is there anywhere else you wanted to go in Washington?
I don't know. I don't know much about it.
Okay.
He's gonna learn.
Yeah, you're gonna learn. I did the dreaded 6th grade safety patrol trip. Where we stayed up all night, and so then I can't remember anything because we were all exhausted.
I actually got to chaperone when Liv went to DC. I was one of the chaperones, so.
Oh, gosh. Anybody that would chaperone one of those has bumped their head. I'm just saying. Oh, twice. Great. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of walking.
Yes, very much. Well, very good. So, the second place winner, what was that poster like? I'm just curious as to there has to be so many different visions out there for kind of the same thing.
Did I send that one to you?
His is a night sky with yellow stars that represent the missing children, a hand with a yellow ribbon that has the banner. And in that banner, it says, "Save our missing children." That was a requirement of the poster contest, that wording, or "Bring our missing children home," is on the poster. Mm-hmm. So his was also done in oil pastels.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. What did you do the poster with?
Colored pencil.
With colored pencil. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Well, for the boy in the corner, I used shading pencils for that part.
How do you know how to do all this?
My mom.
Oh. So have you been doing art for a long time?
ever since I was little.
Still little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like,
I know.
Little.
Like little.
yeah.
Yeah. Back when you were on the plane that you don't remember, right?
Probably.
So what do you look forward to about the plane, the flying? Are you nervous at all, or are you excited?
Kinda. I want to get a window seat so I can get the views.
Yeah, that's very cool. Awesome.
Our second place winner's name was Arcady Macri.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
throw his
gotta
name
give
out
a shout out too.
Yep. And
Yeah.
he's a great kid as well. So we're lucky at Wellston.
Very good. So what are you going to do this summer? I mean, you've already done you've accomplished a lot so far. So what are you going to plan for the summer?
I have no clue. My brother and sister and my niece and nephew are coming to Ohio. They live in Wyoming. They're visiting. I'm going to get to see them.
That's exciting. Are they younger or older?
Older.
Older?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you going to teach them how to draw? So listen here. I'm a national winner.
That's right.
Ready to sit down. I'm going to school you.
His mom told us that he also does martial arts.
You do?
I'm taking a break from it, but yeah.
So what is that, like karate or what?
Yeah. Karate.
Awesome. Can you like take me out? Can you teach me a move? No. Okay. I wouldn't do that anyway to you.
What level in karate did you reach before you took your break?
Purple belt.
Purple belt.
How
I did
does
it
that
for a
go?
couple years.
You start
There's different styles of karate. So each style has different colors and different levels. But for me, it was white, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then white, yellow, blue, green, purple, brown, black. I'm pretty sure.
So
Okay, so you got pretty high up there. And then, if you go back, will you still be a purple?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I want to try other things too.
Okay. What's something that you want to try?
Boxing.
Fun. I took some boxing lessons when I lived in Columbus. It was a blast. Yeah, it's a good time.
I'd be afraid it hurts.
It does. Well, if you don't punch right, it hurts because you mess your wrists up. But no, we went to, you won't remember this because he's old now, but we went to this gym where Buster Douglas trained, which was really kind of cool. And we did like boxing lessons. It was fun. So yeah, I'm all for it. Is there anybody that teaches boxing around here?
I don't know.
Oh, you're just gonna find somebody.
Well, I looked it up before, but I didn't do much. Looking.
Yeah, it's fun. You will like it for sure. Well, is there anything else so what's going on the rest of the school year? You guys are probably very, very busy right now.
We are very busy. We've had field days. 4th grade has their field day today. 5th grade has it Wednesday if the weather cooperates.
And what's that?
Kind of like when we were in school, it used to be called like your Olympics.
Yeah,
So they
okay.
do that. I mean, they don't do like ribbons and stuff. It's more of just about
Just
fun.
fun.
Bunch of
so they get to
activities.
do. What's your favorite event at our field day?
Probably the running one, the racing,
Yeah.
and the one that how far you can throw football.
Okay.
That one too.
They have a big tug of war too. So we have
Yeah,
like
tug of war.
tug of war
That
by
sounds
grades, and it's in honor of our Mr. Lewis who passed away, the gym teacher. So it's the tug of war, Mr. Lewis tug of war champs. So that's always a big thing. So, but we've got all kinds of stuff going on.
That is so fun. And do we have any Blue updates while you're here? How
He
is
got
Blue
to come
doing?
in school the other day. Did any of you? Did you get to see
I did
him?
not.
Wait, Blue came to school?
He did. Or Officer J brought him into the office so we all could see him. He was just going to take him out in the cafeteria, just let the kids see him, but I think he's doing fantastic. So
Well, it sounds to me, because I know that the goal was kind of to get him back to school before graduation.
Yes.
So it sounds like he's getting there.
yes, he does water therapy, and he started his therapy. I think he does that like twice a week, and they do it just like humans. I didn't realize that. So it's crazy, but he's doing really, really well.
That is so amazing. Do you like Blue?
Yeah.
Do you have any doggies and pets at home?
Yeah. I have 2 dogs. Used to have some cats. We have some ducks and guineas. Used to have turkey. I have like a barn at my house, so we have a bunch of animals. We used to have goats and turkeys and chickens, but we got rid of those, and now we just have guineas and ducks.
And the guineas are loud, aren't they?
Yeah.
They say they're good watchdogs.
Yeah. They're loud, and they eat a bunch of ticks.
That's what, yeah, they eat ticks.
Bunch of ticks.
Yeah, they're good to have around.
They have really good eyes, and they walk through the grass and see them, and
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's cool. Are they like pets? Can you like hold them and stuff?
no. Sometimes they peck at your feet to, like, not try to be mean.
Do they think you're a tick? They peck at your feet just for fun?
Sometimes, yeah. My little sister's scared of them.
I love that. That's fun. No, they say they're very good watchdogs. Like somebody comes on your property, they talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, very good. Well, Jax, we are so proud of you.
Thank
and keep up the good work. I know that you will. And come back and see us sometime.
Thank you.
Let us know. Report back about your trip. I want to hear all about it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we're hoping to have him at our June board meeting so he can tell the board members and any community members all about the trip and just share what he's learned. So I do want to give a shout out to Mrs. Callahan for, she found this art contest. So she is out there trying to find things for our kids to
Love that.
be part of. So I do appreciate that because we would have never had this opportunity if she wouldn't have found that. So I do want to
Very
give that a
good.
shout out.
Did you thank your teacher?
He did.
All right.
Ohio had over 1,000 posters, so we were thankful to be at the top, weren't we, Jax?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the lady from the Department of Justice that we spoke to said she'd been doing it, 24 years? And pretty much without saying it exactly like this, said that's the best she's ever seen.
Good job.
Thank you.
Of course. We'll come back and report back about your trip, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank
very
you for
good.
having us.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, our good friend Pete Wilson is in the room, so I think we have another message or so, and then we'll be back with some news.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson, and well, some news. I'm sure that it's the weekend. There's always something going on.
There's always something going on, and we might not even be able to catch up to all of it or know about all of it, but we do the best we can.
Sure.
And we were pretty busy this weekend. Jeremiah Shaver put in a lot of time Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening covering the Jackson County Fair royalty competition.
I had forgotten about that, and then I saw it online.
Yeah, 2025 contest. It's kind of evolved and changed a little bit over the years, but they've done it this way now. This was at least the second year that they did it at Parks Edge Event Center, which of course is a great venue for a big contest.
Oh, yes.
Or a big event where you got a lot of people and you need a lot of room.
Mm-hmm.
And so Angie Eisenagel, who is on the Fair Board member, kind of in charge of the royalty, and she had big time help from Amanda Collier, who helped organize things, and she was the MC. And what they did, Jennifer, they started at 4 o'clock and had a succession of contests, starting with the youngest and going all the way up to the Queen. You had separate contests for Little Miss and Little Mister. Then you had the attendance, I think 6th and 7th grade, 8th and 9th grade. Let's see here, make sure I got that right. 8th and 9th grade, and then let's see, 5th and 6th grade, 7th and 8th grade, 9th and 10th grade, No, I'm sorry, 9th grade, and then grade 10 and up must be the queen. They had them by age, or by grade and ages. But anyway, when it was all said and done, we're going to show you the picture of all the royalty. Separate contests. And a couple of the contests, there were more than one grade level at a time, but there are separate attendants. And so this is the whole big group, including the Little Miss and Little Mister. So let's identify these kids. From the left in the front row is the Little Miss, Sailor Harden. Mm-hmm. Then you have the 3rd grade attendant, Grace Lundy. The 3rd attendant for the Queen, Grace Lundy. The 2nd attendant for the Queen, Emma Butts. The Fair Queen, Katie Elaine Ross. She is from Wellston, and I know that she's been involved in the Queen contest before at younger levels, and so she's rewarded by sticking with it. And I know she's a very active student at Wellston High School. The 1st attendant is Mackenzie Collins. All right, and then on the end you have the Little Mister, that is Joseph Canner Jr. In the back row, 5th and 6th grade attendant Michaela Simpson, 9th and 10th grade attendant Nevaeh Hightower, and the 7th and 8th grade attendant Lauren Ruth Carroll. Now, how they do this, I mean, all the royalty contests, they have little differences. We know who the Queen is. We know who all the attendants are. That has been decided. However, look on their heads. You don't see any crowns, right?
Right.
That formality will take place at the fair.
Yes.
On July the 13th, right there at the beginning of it, they will have a ceremony down there in the show arena, and they will crown them all. And of course, those girls and the young man and the young lady, the youngest ones, will be very busy, working the fair, being there at a lot of the events and so forth. And I know that they will represent the fair throughout the year at different events, other fairs, festivals, etc. So we will see a lot of them. And so the coverage of all this will be in Wednesday's paper. We already have some videos on screen, or rather on our Facebook page, the Telegram Facebook page, and the Jeremiah Shaver Telegram News Facebook page, where you can see, if you're interested, the entire video stream of each of those contests. Remember, they had separate contests, age level contests going up through all the way. So once again, congratulations to all those folks. Kind of on the reverse side, sad. On Saturday, we said our final farewells to Jackson County Municipal Court Judge Mark Music. Had calling hours, visitation, and then funeral at Jackson Middle School on Saturday. And at the funeral, Justin Oyer of the Warriors for Christ was the officiating person, and that was appropriate considering Judge Music's tremendous impact, which you'll never know. You never can quantify how much he did to help people and probably save lives through that drug court that he had, given criminal offenders who were involved with drug abuse a second chance at being a productive citizen, and maybe a second chance at maybe even living.
Yes.
Given the number of drug overdose deaths we had. But on the after the funeral, which there was a very big crowd in the Jackson Middle School gymnasium. They did a funeral procession that was very impressive. It started there at the middle school, and you go ahead and put those pictures up there, Adrian. This was at the intersection of Main and Portsmouth Streets. The Wellston Fire Department and the Jackson Fire Department had their ladder trucks with the huge American flag overhead, the cross ladders. This is a memorial tribute by public safety and emergency responders. It's well known. It's been done a few times here locally, and they did it again for Mark Music. The hearse came right under there. The entire procession did. A lot of law enforcement vehicles, fire department vehicles, EMS, of course, the vehicles from the court itself. And on the route, which was a little circuitous from the middle school, the hearse and the procession went by the Jackson County Municipal Court building, and there is the hearse bearing Judge Music's body, slowing down just in front of the place where he made his legacy, a great career, stretching from 2008 the first day of 2008 after being elected the first time in the 2007 general election, all the way to May 5th, 2025, which was the date of his death. So goodbye to Judge Music. I will say that the tributes that came in were amazing. In our Saturday paper, you can check out a major tribute that was submitted. I put it together, but it was submitted by the past and current judges who all had something very, very personal to say about Judge Music. And there was just a tremendous crowd there, and so many people, were sad and said a lot of things about Judge Music that maybe a lot of people didn't know until now. The people who knew him best knew all what he had done. All right, on Friday evening, it was the big coming out party for the Jackson County Republican Party. It is the Lincoln Day dinner. That was also at the Parks Edge Event Center, and they had a big crowd there. Bryn Stepp, who is the executive committee chairman of the Republican Party, she acted as kind of the MC and the hostess. And we had some high-profile people, a lot of leading Republicans, not only from Jackson County, but from the area, elected office holders, candidates, et cetera. And go ahead and show us those pictures. We'll talk about them as we get to them. That was the keynote speaker. His name is Keith Faber. He is the current Ohio State Auditor, and he is in his second term, the third year of his second term. He is term limited, and he plans to run through Ohio Attorney General in the 2026 election. I don't want to get the cart before the hearse. That'll be next year, but he's already announced that he's doing that. He talked about his work in the Ohio State Auditor's Office. Didn't talk too much about the Ohio Attorney General's office, but I know that he is that he, of course, will be paying attention to that. And he also talked a lot about national politics, talked about his support for President Trump and the Republican policies, and talked about the word he used was the craziness of the Biden administration and some of the stances taken by the Democrats today and last year. So very, very, very predictable for what you would expect for a big political coming out party. Also locally, Bryn Stepp, I mentioned her name. She was on the right there. She announced and presented this plaque to the Jackson County Republican of the Year. And I tell you what, Michael Perkins, young man from the Jackson area, and a lot of times this Republican Party, Republican of the Year award goes to somebody who's toiled in the vineyards for a long time, or a major donor, a major businessman, or an office holder. Michael was none of those. As you can see, a young man, but he has worked so hard behind the scenes for the party that Bryn Stepp picked him or at least she was in on picking him as the Republican of the Year. Lot of work behind the scenes. He, by the way, is now involved in politics through his job. He is a regional representative. I'm not sure what his title is, but he represents Congressman David Taylor, who is now the 2nd District Congressman for the Republican Party. He was elected in the general election, and he is in his first year. And so Michael travels all over the place representing Congressman Taylor, and he's at all the Republican events. And so he was very touched by that, says he did not expect it. And so that was one of the big stories of that banquet. Also, next year, there is a Supreme Court seat open, at least one, and 3 Republicans who are running against incumbent Jennifer Bruner. She is the only Democrat member of the Ohio Supreme Court.
Oh, okay.
The 3 Republican members who are running against her were all there to say a few words. And so, big meeting for the Jackson County Republican Party. And Bryn Stepp remarked that some of the money that they gained from the Lincoln Day dinner is used through the campaigns and to cover expenses for the Republican Party, especially in campaign years, which 2026 will be. All right, we also want to say congratulations to the Jackson High School baseball team. On Friday, they went to Miami Trace, who was in 2nd place in the Frontier Athletic Conference. And there is our Jackson Ironmen. The Ironmen defeated Miami Trace on the road 5-1 to win their 19th straight game. and clinch another undisputed FAC title. Miami Trace was not only on their home field, but they had only lost 2 in the league. And Jackson still has to play Miami Trace on Tuesday here in Jackson. Miami Trace could have tied Jackson if they beat them twice. So as good as Jackson's been, they didn't have anything clinch for sure.
Wow.
Unless they won at least one of these last 2 games. But they went up against Miami Trace's best pitcher. Jackson threw its best pitcher, Gavin Jones, and Jackson ended up scoring some runs late and won 5-1. That was Coach Josh McGraw's, by the way, 202nd career win at Jackson.
That's
That's Josh on the far left standing there in the back row. So congratulations to him too. Now, I regret to report that on the next morning, Jackson lost its first game of the season. Oh, yeah. No, it can happen. The coach and the players know it's bound to happen in baseball because you can't pitch the same pitcher every game. The other team, things happen during the game. Sometimes you hit the ball hard, but it's right at them.
Yep.
Sometimes you have some luck. Sometimes you just don't play your best. But Athens, who is very good as well, came into Jackson and defeated Jackson 7-3. They are 17-4. They're an excellent team too, and they were so excited to beat Jackson for the first time. So anyway, Ironman still 19-1. They're off tonight, I believe. Tomorrow they will host Miami Trace, as we said, and that game will be seen and heard on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Awesome.
All right. So going to back up on some other news that we haven't got to yet. Wellston City Recreation Director John Darrow resigned recently. We hadn't mentioned that on Main Street TV, so I wanted to do it. There is John, very well-known person in Wellston. For many years, he held the record for most points by a Wellston High School basketball player until Kyan Irvin beat him last year. But John has stayed in town. He took over his late father's insurance office there, the Darrow Insurance Agency. And John is very community-oriented. And he took on the job as City Recreation Director last year, with the intention of doing that job. But he resigned basically because of the workload and how much time he was missing with his family. He's got 2 sons and he's got grandchildren now, and he just wasn't able to spend the time with him that he would like. Very candid about, what had to come first in his life, which we understand.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right, and I don't think anybody has been picked yet. That will be up to the administration and city council, but I know that the Wellston City Recreation Committee, I think they had a meeting just the other night to probably begin that process, maybe come up with some names and figure up short-term, how to, go forward with this season. They had a lot of volunteers before Step Up. There's volunteers on that recreation committee, and I know John Darrow will do all he can to help them in the transition.
Sure.
So that, once again, is a big story out of Wellston. One other thing that we want to talk about, too, before we cut things off, this is at Hillcrest Pool. Of course, Ashley Aldridge is the recreation director in the city of Jackson, and with that job, you're also the Hillcrest Pool manager. That's one that Kaylee Folks did for many years. Kaylee Folks Lower now, and Ashley has come up with a new thing that's good for the pool, especially if you want to kind of get ahead of the horse before the pool opens. The pool is supposed to open Memorial Day weekend, I believe, on Saturday, so that's coming. She'll have it ready, I guarantee you. But recently, she announced the price for all the passes that you can get in advance. The student pass, the family pass, the individual pass. That is if you go to the pool a lot.
Okay.
I mean, it's very cheap. Cheaper to do it that way than pay individually each day. But a notable addition this year is that they have what they call the Rec Deck platform. That is where pool party reservations can be made through Rec Deck. That is an online site.
Okay.
And instead of a lot of times there might be a family reunion, it might be a business party. You want to establish that date that it's going to be available. Well, you can go on that platform. You don't have to wait until the pool is open and somebody's physically at the pool. You can go on there right now. This opened on May the 1st, as a matter of fact. You can go on there and book a pool party. You can also do it in person once the pool opens, but if you want to get ahead of the game and make sure that you have your spot, you can go on this rec deck, which you can get through the Hillcrest Pool Facebook page.
Okay, that's awesome.
Also, for the first time this year, the pool can take credit card payments to party reservations, also pool passes and swim lessons. That can all be done online. Those wishing to pay with cash or check can still do so, and you can still schedule parties, purchase pool passes, and register for swim lessons in person at the pool as well. So, if you're not an online person or don't like to do it, want to look face-to-face with someone, you can still do it. Just have to wait until the pool opens. But once again, the rec deck, you can get onto it through the Hillcrest Pool Facebook page. They started taking the bookings for pool parties on May the 1st, and you can also get on rec deck through the City of Jackson's website. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about some other things as well, Jennifer.
All right.
There were other things that happened this past weekend as well. We had the Ag Day that they do out at the research farm where all the second graders come from all these schools.
So
Jeremiah
cute.
Shaver was there. The Jackson High School Arts Festival was last Thursday and Friday. We'll show you the young lady who won Best of Show, what talent that she had. And just a whole lot of things. Sports still kicking in full gear as well. The baseball and softball tournament brackets are set, which means we know where teams will at least play their first games. And so the waterfront is large and deep, but we'll try to cover it here in upcoming segments of our news reports on Main Street TV.
Well, very good. And we appreciate you, Pete, and thank you so much. Oh, here comes Jeremiah.
Rec deck.
No.
Rec desk.
Yes.
Okay, I miscalled. It's Hillcrest Pool. It's rec desk, not rec deck. Let me look at my thing here. Did I have that wrong?
I think it says rec deck. It should say rec desk.
Rec desk.
Desk.
Yeah, we don't want to mislead you if you want to do that ahead of time. That is rec desk.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
We'll do the wrong thing.
Right, easy to do when you try to put that in there. All right, well, very, thank you, Jeremiah. So, rec desk, not rec deck.
Say that 5 times
that
fast.
makes it rec desk, rec desk, rec desk, rec desk,
He's
rec
got it.
desk.
Look
All right,
at you.
there we go. All right.
Not like Oklahoma, but close.
Right. Okay. Well, we won't go there, especially today.
All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you watching, and we will be right back here in the morning. So have a great day. Bye-bye.